This is LING 270, Language, Technology, and Society. My name is Brennan Dell, and I'll be filling in for Professor Schwartz. So this is the beginning of Module 5, Writing, Literacy, and Society. So the topic that we'll be covering this module, of course, is the idea of literacy. We've talked quite a bit about in this course so far about the topic of literacy. And of course, as many of you are probably already familiar with, literacy refers to the ability to read and write in a language. And we'll talk about how literacy is a critical skill to function in our modern society. In fact, literacy is often a metric that is used to indicate a country's development. And because of this, the property of illiteracy is a serious issue. So illiteracy, of course, is the opposite of literacy, meaning not being able to read or write. So in this module, what we'll be talking about is the definition of literacy and also a related concept called functional literacy. We'll talk about the difference between societies for which literacy is or is not significant, namely literate cultures and oral cultures. We'll give some examples about how writing systems are reformed, oftentimes with the goal of increasing literacy, and to what extent those reforms were effective. We'll talk about the social factors which are related to literacy besides the aspects of a writing system. And we'll also be talking about the social importance of literacy. So that this module will be covering multiple topics. First of all, we'll be defining literacy and discussing the importance of literacy. We will compare and contrast literate cultures and oral cultures and what advantages each culture has over the other. We'll talk about how particular writing systems were reformed, and we'll start this off by paying particular emphasis on the Chinese writing system because it has a very interesting history. And we'll also look at how other writing systems were reformed as well, and what kinds of things that we can learn from these reform processes. We'll also look at the factors besides the writing system which also relate to literacy, and in fact we will argue that these are the factors that are primarily responsible for an increase or decrease in literacy.